Jiu Jitsu athletes. These are the 5 best barbell exercises that you need to be doing in order to build strength for Jiu Jitsu and improve your physicality on the mat. And they're probably not the exercises that you're expecting. These 5 unique exercises have been proven to help you enhance your overall athleticism so you can level up your Jiu Jitsu performance. Plus, stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to tell you how you can follow a free training plan which will use some of these exercises to help you get stronger for Jiu Jitsu so you are better prepared to win more matches and get injured less. What's going on, guys? My name is Josh Settlage and I am the BJJ strength coach, and let's dive right into it. Exercise number 1, the Zurcher Box Squat. The squat is an essential movement pattern that every jiu-jitsu athlete should be proficient in. And there are a ton of different types of squat variations which can help enhance strength. However, there is one that stands above the rest as one of the best squat exercises for jiu-jitsu athletes. The Zurcher Box Squat is an exercise where you perform the squat movement with the barbell resting in the crooks of your elbows. You essentially have double underhooks on the bar. Holding the barbell in this position as compared to on your back places a ton of extra load on the muscles of the upper back, thus forcing you to maintain a strong upright position. And this is a great way to develop postural strength for jiu-jitsu. Additionally, holding the bar in the Zurcher position will help take some of the strain off the elbows and the shoulders when compared to performing a front squat or a back squat. Performing this exercise on a box also has a lot of benefit for jiu-jitsu athletes. Performing the Zurcher squat to a box will allow you to sit your weight back a little bit more, which will help load up the posterior chain. The posterior chain is the center of all athletic movements and consists of the muscle groups running on the back side of your body, specifically the lower back, the glutes, and the hamstrings. Don't get it twisted. You cannot be a strong jiu-jitsu athlete if your posterior chain is weak. And the Zurcher Box Squat is a great way to develop posterior chain strength for jiu-jitsu. Squatting to a box will not only allow you to load up the posterior chain, but will also break up the downward and upward portion of the exercise, also known as the eccentric concentric chain. Instead of being able to squat down fast and bounce out of the hole using what's known as the stretch reflex, the box will bring you to a dead stop, killing all of your momentum. From that static position, you must produce force and explode off the box to stand the weight up. This has great transfer and carryover for jiu-jitsu athletes because there are many positions on the mat where you must hold a static position and then quickly produce force to hit a specific technique. The Zurcher Box Squat is an amazing exercise to include as part of your max effort training for the lower body. Exercise number 2, the floor press. The floor press is essentially a box squat for the upper body. It's a similar exercise to the bench press. However, there are some key differences that make the floor press one of the best strength exercises for jiu-jitsu athletes. The biggest difference between the bench press and the floor press is that, well, you're doing it on the floor. When doing the floor press, you're gonna bring the weight down, but your elbows are actually gonna stop on the floor. Similar to the Zurcher Box Squat, this will break up the eccentric concentric chain, and this will also take away your ability to bounce the weight off your chest. Similar to many bottom positions you may find yourself in jiu-jitsu, when doing the floor press, you're forced to hold that static position and then quickly produce force. Additionally, because you're lying on the floor, you're unable to use any of the leg drive that you can normally create when performing a standard bench press. Lastly, due to the shortened range of motion, the floor press is also a great exercise for those jiu-jitsu athletes who tend to experience shoulder and elbow pain when performing a standard bench press. The floor press is an amazing exercise that you can include as part of your max effort upper body training for jiu-jitsu. Exercise number 3, the Sumo Deadlift. The deadlift is one of the best tests of raw strength for any athlete, especially jiu-jitsu athletes. Plus, heavy deadlifts are an amazing way to develop posterior chain strength, improve trunk stability, and build a stronger grip. There are many types of deadlifts that are great for developing strength, but the Sumo Deadlift is one of the best strength exercises specifically for jiu-jitsu athletes. The main difference between the Sumo Deadlift and other styles of deadlift, such as the conventional deadlift or the trap bar deadlift, is that on the Sumo Deadlift, you take a much wider stance with your legs placed outside of your grip. Using a wider stance places much more load on the hips, the adductors, aka your groin muscles, as well as your glute medius. And for many athletes, using a much wider stance will help take some of the strain off the low back that they experience performing the conventional deadlift. On top of that, the Sumo Deadlift's wide stance is also great for improving lower body mobility, which has great transfer and carryover to you being stronger and more stable in many of the different positions that you may find yourself in on the mat. Now, before you all get your gi pants in a bunch, let me just say that the Sumo Deadlift is not cheating. There is no rule that says jiu-jitsu athletes are not allowed to Sumo Deadlift. The Sumo Deadlift is a unique exercise in and of itself and is a great exercise to help jiu-jitsu athletes develop the strength that's going to better prepare them to win more matches and get injured less. Lastly, the Sumo Deadlift is one of my personal favorite exercises to include as part of my own max effort training for the lower body. Exercise number 4, the Z press. We've already talked about one of the best horizontal pressing exercises for jiu-jitsu athletes, the floor press, and now it's time we talk about vertical pressing. It's very important that jiu-jitsu athletes develop strength both in the horizontal plane as well as the vertical plane. And one of the best exercises to develop strength in the vertical plane for jiu-jitsu athletes is going to be the Z press. The Z press is essentially a barbell overhead press while you're seated on the floor with your legs stretched out in front of you. Because you're pressing overhead with no back support or stability created with the legs, it's a much more challenging exercise than a standard barbell overhead press or military press. The Z press is an amazing exercise to develop strength in the shoulders, the triceps, as well as improve trunk stability and the postural strength of your upper back. The Z press is also a great exercise to let you know if you have any mobility restrictions when pressing overhead. If you have a hard time pressing the barbell straight over your head when performing the Z press, it's probably time for you to work on mobility of your shoulders and your lats. What's great about the Z press is that you can include it as part of your max effort training for the upper body, but you can also include the Z press as a secondary or supplemental exercise to help stimulate muscle growth, aka hypertrophy. Exercise number 5, the bent over row. The back is one of the most important muscle groups for any grappler. The bent over row is one of the absolute best exercises to strengthen your back as well as develop horizontal pulling strength. The bent over row is an exercise that has been used by powerlifters and bodybuilders for ages to not only help with increasing muscular size, but also improve strength in the middle and upper back, improve trunk stability, and grip strength. What makes the bent over row so useful for jiu-jitsu athletes is that there is no chest support, which means while you're in that bent over position performing the exercise, you have to properly brace your spine as you row the bar into your stomach. The bent over row is great for directly targeting the muscles of the middle and upper back, while indirectly strengthening the stabilizing muscles of the trunk and the lower back. Similarly to the Z press, the bent over row can be used as both a strength development exercise and as a muscle building or hypertrophy exercise. However, I would not suggest that you use the bent over row for a max effort lift for your upper body training. Instead, use the bent over row as a secondary lift or accessory exercise during your workout. And to learn more about how you can use these exercises to get stronger so you can win more matches and get injured less, I have a free 4-week strength program that I'd love to send you. All you have to do is just click the link in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on that bell for notifications for when the next video drops. Catch you guys later. Peace.